Hey, it's Doops from Better Music, and today we're having a look at the Ibanez TSV808 tube screamer. This is a collaboration with a pedal company called Vemuram, who's got an absolute amazing quality control to their builds and components and housings. This is super exciting as it's a really cool approach to a really iconic classic that a lot of you probably have on your boards already. It's taken some really fresh ideas from a pedal that Vemuram make called the Genre, which is a really dynamic pedal with a ton of bass control, which cleans up and adds a lot of feel to the pedal that's really different to a tube screamer. What this does is it retains both of those pedals' characteristics. It's really clever in how there's no muddy kind of frequencies in it, which is awesome as far as being really inspiring to play, but allows you to clean it up. Again, the collaboration with Vemuram means the housing is top notch. It's brass housing, which the natural properties of a brass housing means it's super quiet. I can dime the gain on this and stop playing and there's zero noise, which is an awesome feature, especially if you're stacking some high gain stuff. The thing about this pedal that does differ from a lot of tube screamers is it's not as compressed, which can be a really awesome characteristic when you're switching out pickups that are a little bit more high gain, especially in humbuckers. All right, so we're going to start off going into a Strat with a HSS kind of setup. We're going to kind of dial in the pedal to have a little bit of a transparent kind of setting. So it's going to add a lot of presence and it's going to have a little bit of kind of low end added to it. It's just going to push the amp. It's going to really give a lot of dynamic control to the player. So you can see that within the picking dynamics, it can be really articulate. The way that it breaks up as he picks, there is a little bit of saturation, but it is only when he digs in. And that when he's able to kind of pull back a little bit, it kind of retains that really pristine kind of clear notes, which is really cool. On the pedal itself, we have gain, tone, and level. And on the back, we have these two internal kind of knobs that you access with a screwdriver, which comes with the pedal, to access the bass and saturation on the pedal. Now this is really awesome in the fact that when you are changing different guitars, you can really tailor it. When you are stacking, you can really dial it in. I myself have used both of the pedals that make up this pedal in that way, as they do have those bass and saturation controls on them, and it allows a really broad variety of gain sounds just out of the one pedal itself. All right, so now we're going to move on to 12 o'clocking everything. The two front controls on the pedal are at 12 o'clock as well, so it is set to a TS808 kind of saturation level as far as gain, and the bass control is at 12 as well. So that was really cool how the way that the low end works in with that gain, that it doesn't muddy up, it still retains a lot of clarity and a lot of mid-range punch, which is that characteristic of the Gen Ray and the Tube Screamer, kind of working together really well. The TSV808 is also 9 to 18 volts, which a lot of you may know that it offers a ton of headroom, and it changes the way that the gain and saturation actually kind of work and how it breaks up and how you can actually clean it up, which is a super dynamic feature. And again, amazing when it comes to stacking with other gains. So for this setting, we're gonna kind of back off the level, give it a little more hair. We've pulled back all the bass on it and up the saturation just a little bit. So the way that the picking dynamics kind of like, again, it's just emphasized that that low end doesn't get muddy, but it is still tight. It is still like really clear. It's punching through, and in a live mix with a band, like it would be a really awesome pedal that you can really pop out those riffs. It really does allow it to be stacked really well as well, and it's really going to push like a reasonably clean amp into a really cool overdrive kind of state, which is awesome. So the TSV808, its real strength comes with the versatility. Now there might be a little bit of a price tag on it, but what you are getting is you're getting not just 2 circuits, but you're getting 2 really broad circuits and 2 circuits that in modern music sit really well. Now, like the Tube Screamer with its mid-range hump is fantastic as a solo boost, and it's also really great as an always-on without the gain. Now, the Gen Ray is also great for those applications. It just covers a different frequency spectrum, and it has a lot more low end, which kind of, in its own way, is really tight, and it doesn't like get muddy when you do kind of drive it, which is fantastic. A lot of those drives that are kind of out, when you add a bass control, it often becomes really like kind of muddy and you lose that note clarity. And even when you dial it back. And the thing I love about what they've done here is that I can hear my guitar and I can hear the different guitars that are being run through it. And it still retains that guitar character, that amp character. It's not taking away from both. It's really just an enhancer. Now you can dime this, you can really make it saturated, you can really color it. But I think what its real strength is giving more of the things that you want to hear, that you want to feel, and that you want to kind of feel out of an amp that maybe doesn't have that bass control. Now this is like a 6v6 Falcon Tone King. Now these are awesome amps, but something in the low end sometimes lacks when it comes to actually sort of getting those gained up sounds. Now what this does is it gives a really nice bass dynamic to that gain that really can kind of send you into different areas. For this setting, I've done the gain. We're going to level where it is. We're going to boost those mids a little bit. I've pulled back the bass control and pulled back the saturation because we switched to a humbucking guitar. With that comes with that bass control. It comes with that saturation. So I just want to show how versatile this thing can be, because really it can suit all different types of pickups and guitars, which is really fantastic. So that sounds really great, and you can see how even with those really saturated, heavier kind of gain tones, it's really smooth. The pedal itself has this amazing ability that not only has it got all this versatility on the outside, but opening up, you've got these diodes which you can change it again, and you can kind of tone shape it even more and really change how that gain kind of breaks up, how it smooths out, and really it opens up another option that if you're using it with other pedals, you can really match them really well. The bass control is like my favorite part about this, the way that you can really tailor it to the guitars that you're using, and you can really smooth it out, you can thin it up, or you can really fatten up a really weaker output pickup. So it's a fantastic pedal.